done that one as
How you guys doing today?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Doing this, I'm glad.
Yeah, how are things going on in the jail today?
Yeah, chaotic as usual.
Yeah.
Somebody always doing something.
Yeah.
Use my office so you don't get interrupted.
oh,
Thank you, I just didn't know where else to put them.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, why don't you guys come use my office?
Okay.
Alright,
Use
I
Chief's
don't-
office.
we'll use the division chief.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Have people walking in.
Appreciate that.
While you're in there.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks, sir.
Absolutely. I gotta eat some lunch, so I'm very good.
it. Yeah, there you go. Best part of the day.
We're not gonna sit in that chair.
Here's my cards. You know who I am. So, obviously, we spoke on the phone.
Right.
My name's Kellen Hassenstab. I'm with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and we're
Okay.
assisting the Frederick Police Department on that missing persons case that they're working on right now. And your name came up as somebody that we should talk to that might have some information just about the general situation. So that's why we're here. You know,
Understood.
name on a list. So if you could kind of explain to us how you're involved in this and what you might know about the situation, that would be a good place to start.
By how I'm involved, I guess I'm just friends with them.
Okay.
Met them like 7 years ago when they moved up from North Carolina.
Okay.
I had my own business at the time. I do what's called reconditioning cars.
Okay.
Not here, but it's like dents and paint and window tint and that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I worked at the dealership, not for the dealership, my own business that they worked at.
Okay.
So that's how we met.
Okay.
So we've been pretty good friends, and then of course I bought a house, and they said, "Where do you live?" So they bought a house in the same neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
I'm really right around the corner, like 2 minutes away.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I know them.
Uh-huh.
As far as knowing anything about what's going on, not much. I mean, honestly, it's just what Chris has told me.
Okay.
I talked to him a few times. I went to see him that night. I'm off on Mondays. I was actually home. I was actually painting something at that same time that I guess Nicole came over around noon. I think what the news said.
So well, tell us what you remember about Monday. That'd be a good place to start. So.
The only thing on Monday that was later at night. I got a text from a buddy of mine named Jeremy, and Jeremy said, "Hey, what's going on with Chris and Shanann?"
Uh-huh.
So I have no idea. What do you mean? He says, "Well, it's all over Facebook." I said, "Well, I don't have her on Facebook." Blah blah blah. I said, "Okay." So anyway, he says, "Yeah, she's missing," and I was kind of like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
I just kind of like didn't believe that, and so I text Chris. He didn't reply right away, so I called him, and then he answered, and then that's when he said, he goes, I went to work, and someone came over and came home, and they've been gone ever since, and all her stuff, all her personal stuff is here, everything, phone, keys, everything. I was like, oh, wow, dude. So I walked over to his house just to talk to him about everything, and that's it. That's Monday.
Okay. What time did you speak to him on the phone?
That day?
Yeah.
I have a record on it. I'm thinking 9-ish.
9 p.m.
Yeah, about 9 p.m.
And I don't think I have your address. Do you have like an ID that I could write down?
I don't. I don't know why. We can get it after this.
No, that's fine. Can you just give me your legal name and all that stuff?
Yeah, David.
Okay.
You need middle? John.
Okay.
And my last name is Colon, Colon.
Okay. And what's your birthday?
May 15th, 67.
And the telephone number for you that I've been calling, is that your cell
That's
phone?
my cell, yeah. That's the only number I got.
Okay. And what is your address?
6322 Ruby Hill Drive.
2 words?
All three. Ruby Hill Drive, 3 words.
Okay. Sorry, I meant the Ruby Hill part.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, it is.
And that's Frederick as well?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, is Jeremy just another friend of yours, or who is he?
Jeremy was also kind of all mutual friends from the dealership.
Okay.
It's a Ford dealership in Longmont Ford.
Okay.
Jeremy was a manager there, and I don't remember what his title was, internet manager or whatever. But,
Yeah.
So he would, excuse me, we're all kind of friends. And so Jeremy, that's when he contacted me.
Okay. So you reach out to Chris by text.
Yeah.
Don't hear anything back, and so you just had to call him around.
Give him a call, yeah, because Jeremy in the interim was texting me, kind of giving me more information on what was going on. So then, of course, I got concerned. I was like, oh wow, what's going on? I mean, so and I didn't hear from Chris, so I called him, and then he did answer.
Yeah.
And so that's when I said, oh, I'll come by, and that night I went over to
Okay.
go see him.
What time do you think you got there to the house?
To the house, it's a guesstimate, honestly. I mean, but it's I'd say 9:30ish.
Yeah.
I think you called around. I talked to him around, or I called him around 9, and by the time I got off the phone with him, we walked over. It's a guesstimate, but say 9:30.
Sure. So you get there, and who else is there at that time?
Nobody's there, just Chris. He was keeping himself busy by, doing like housework and stuff because he set his mind, which totally understood that.
Yeah.
And then about 30 minutes later, whatever it was, Jeremy showed up.
Okay.
And Jeremy, just, I guess in a sense, just trying to be there for a friend or consoling. I'm not really sure what word to use.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like, honestly, you're talking about it's like a loss of words. You don't know
Yeah.
really even what to say. I've never been around that, so.
What was Jeremy's last name? I don't think.
Lindstrom, like Lindstrom, I think is how it's pronounced or spelled.
All right, and he's a manager at Longmont Ford.
He was at Longmont Ford. He's now at a different dealership. He's at it's in Broomfield at Silterhar.
Okay. So does he live in the neighborhood as well then? Or?
He lives in Erie. He's probably 5-10 minutes away.
Okay.
He's not in our neighborhood, but he lives like you got 52, Highway 52. He's on
Yeah.
the
Other
south
side of I-25.
Yeah, exactly, and
Okay.
the new building, new houses in there.
Okay. So how long do you stay at the house then?
Oh, at Chris's house?
Yeah.
I'm guessing an hour.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, just talking to him, and he said he was wasn't really tired, but he said he just wanted to lay down and try to get some rest or something like
Yeah.
something like
What do
that.
you recall that he was saying about the situation as you kind of reflect back on it?
That I asked him. Okay, I mean, I asked him what was going on. I was like, dude, and he's like, well, he said he didn't know, but he said that they were struggling in their marriage, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He said she went to North Carolina for like 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They did like, I don't know if you want to call it a trial separation or whatever.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Look at my radio. Turn it off. Some kind of trial separation for 5 weeks or something. She got back. I guess they kind of talked and tried to work things out. I don't know the inner workings of why they're fighting. I don't.
You don't know you didn't know what the difficulties in the marriage were.
No, I have no idea. I don't ever. Everybody's got their own thing. I don't
Yeah.
get involved in his. And then he said that they did have a disagreement or an argument that morning, and then obviously that's when something.
Yeah. Did he say what that disagreement that morning was or anything like
No,
that?
he didn't give me any details on what. Just that they're not getting along or something. Just typical. I just how I took it as typical.
Yeah.
People how they are.
Anything about the kids that he bring up or mention that you remember?
No, nothing other than he was worried about, like, I think one of them has to take meds, and there was no meds taken, like, from the house
Right.
that he knew of, so that's the only thing he's worried about with the kids, other than being gone.
What did he think had happened at that point?
His speculation was that she left with somebody, doesn't know who, because I did ask that question. I said, well, who would she leave with? I mean, is she seeing somebody? What's going on, dude? And he's like, he goes, dude, I don't know if she's seeing somebody or what. I mean, I don't know what all the truth is there, but all I know is his speculation was that she left with somebody and she's hiding out somewhere.
Okay.
Not, I don't think abducted.
With the kids or without the kids?
With the kids, yes. Yeah, with the kids.
So left voluntarily with the kids.
Left voluntarily with the kids and I asked him, I said, do you have exterior cameras? Does neighbors have exterior cameras? And they didn't just vanish, so someone pulled up or somehow, I don't know if they went out the back or what, but that was my question to him. He goes, he didn't have exterior cameras and he didn't know if his neighbors did.
So how would you describe his mind frame at that time? Was he thinking it was going to be resolved? Was he upset? Was he...
Yeah, I think he was thinking it was going to be resolved, and I think he was thinking that, if I had to guess, he never said this, but that, obviously he just wants his kids back, is the way I was taking it. I mean, he was concerned for anybody's, well-being for sure, but he was just worried about his kids and getting them back, and I guess where they're at.
Yeah.
His biggest thing was where are they at?
Yeah.
So, I mean, are they hanging out in the neighborhood? Did they get in someone's car and drive out of state?
Yeah.
According to him, he had, no information at all. So I guess it's... why y'all are involved.
Yeah. What was your perception? Did he, whether he was surprised that something like this had happened? Was it a shock to him? I mean, what do you remember about his emotions?
He was pretty blank.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, he was not like, oh, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. He was blank about the whole situation. About like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why she did this.
Uh-huh.
You know, and so yeah, I mean that's it. And,
Uh-huh.
and you know, he's just kind of like blank about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Did
that
he bring
explains-
up like foul play or the possibility that something, you know,
I
dangerous
think
or violent had happened?
you know. I think it was discussed. I don't think he brought it up. I
Uh-huh.
think it's just I don't know if it's like typical conversation when something
Yeah.
like this happens, but you know, when Jeremy was there, and we're talking. You know, we're kind of talking about this. Is like, you know, what are the odds of someone being abducted in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing, and that's kind of where I said with exterior cameras,
Yeah.
not just maybe someone pulling up like that, or maybe. So he never really brought foul play up.
Yeah.
But it was, I think, discussed through
Mm-hmm.
kind of, if you want to say, process of elimination,
Yeah.
trying to figure things out.
Yeah, and you had mentioned he was doing some housework. Do you remember what that type of stuff was, or?
He was? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't, well, it looked like the carpet was freshly vacuumed,
Uh-huh.
and that's the only thing. I guess the house, they usually keep a pretty neat, tidy house, so I
Yeah.
can't really say everything was put away nice, because they usually do. But it looked like the carpet had been freshly vacuumed. I mean, it had the lines from the vacuum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any like cleaning supplies out or things of that nature?
Nope, the only thing I saw him doing, he was making a protein shake
Yeah.
and just talking, and then he got a phone call. I think it was his mom
Uh-huh.
called him, and then that's when my friend Jeremy called me, and he said, you know, he didn't know exactly where the house was. I said, I'll step outside.
Yeah.
I stepped outside, Jeremy showed up, and then we all went back in, and then we talked to Chris some more
Okay.
at that point.
Anybody else there present other than the three of you guys?
Not that I'm aware of. That was it. Just,
Okay.
you know, we kind of gathered in the kitchen, if you want to say, and then kind of outside on the driveway.
Okay. And he basically said he needed to lay down. At that point, you guys left
Yeah.
for the evening.
Yeah, he said I'm not sure. It wasn't like he said he was going to bed. He just was just gonna, you know, lay down, and I don't know if he's rest his mind. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, yeah. So, I mean, I've been in contact with him ever since. My wife made some dinner for him last night. You know, if you want,
Yeah.
and he says, well, he was with, I guess y'all. He said he's with the FBI or something. I was like, well, he said he was done with you guys about midnight or something like that. I was like, wow. I said, okay. I said, well, if you want, it's still there. You can have
Yeah.
it tonight. So I just kind of been in constant contact because I figured he'd get some. I said, I know I'm not top on your priority list. I know parents and grandparents and
Yeah.
now obviously, officials need to be. But I said I would like to be informed if you can, if you do get the opportunity. So that's
Yeah.
been our conversation back.
What
and
has
forth.
he been telling you about what's been going on? Any specifics or details or anything like that?
No, just that he. Yeah, well, I guess some specifics. I guess he talked to the news.
Uh-huh.
And then I actually saw this morning on the internet. I'm not sure what channel it was, but they did like an interview with him. Let's see. Then obviously the Frederick police,
Yeah.
and then last night that's when he said that he was with the FBI.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, wow. I'll let you go. Just let me know what's going on. And so that's about it.
So has he kind of has that theory changed, or has he basically still thought that she's voluntarily gone and with somebody, or has that changed to your knowledge?
To my knowledge, I don't know because I only seen him. What the hell's today? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Monday night. I
Uh-huh.
didn't see him last night because he was gone, and then
Right.
I was going to see him tonight just to see what his. So I don't know. I haven't
Okay.
asked him that question. I
Okay.
just give me information if you hear anything.
Yeah.
So I was going to actually talk to him about that tonight when I saw him. Just say, hey, what are your thoughts still, dude?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think is going on and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Any I guess facts that he's told you about? Information that he's uncovered or he's discovered anything about their disappearance or anything like that at this point?
No, it's. Like I said, it's been pretty quick text messages
Yeah.
and a couple quick phone calls. Nothing really other than, it's just kind of, I guess, just honestly from my side, it's just baffling. I'm just trying to try to understand this. And I'm just hoping that, she disappeared, she's hiding out somewhere.
Right.
But by now, mean, she has to know. I mean, it's plastered everywhere.
Right.
And according to him, he did talk to her mom. I guess her and her mom are super close. And I guess her mom knows nothing as well. So that's what scares me is like, I mean, someone's going to. I'm not, you guys, I don't deal with this every day, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to disappear, I'd still want to be in contact with somebody. I don't think, not everybody has this CIA mentality where
Yeah.
they can just disappear and never talk to nobody again.
Yeah.
And especially her, she's a very family orientated lady. She loves her kids and all kinds of stuff. So she's not going to just vanish. That's just my perception of Shanann. So
So that's actually my next question. You know,
Oh.
can you kind of describe her as a person and you know what you know about her, what you?
yeah,
how
she's.
would you-
I could say she's a little overbearing, to be truly honest with you. That's
Yeah.
my take of Shanann. But she's all in all, she's a good person. I know she's a good mom. She probably is like overbearing with her kids and just too much stuff. But whatever, that's her kids. She can do whatever
Yeah.
she wants. But no, she's. I mean, generally, she's a nice person. She's a good. I've always got along with her. She's always treated me very pleasant
Yeah.
and so forth and so on. So yeah.
And within the marriage, you had mentioned you don't know the specific struggles they've been having lately, but in the past, has there been marital issues that you've been aware of?
As far as I know, no. As the joke goes, I always laugh with the Facebook. You know, if everybody's lives were as great
Yeah.
on Facebook as they actually were. I actually took her off Facebook because she posted every 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's pretty, and you can confirm
We
that with
noticed
probably
that.
anybody. But
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, okay, Celeste is doing okay. I mean, it was just kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So, yeah, as far as that, I just thought they were as happy as a tick on a dog's back, as we say down south.
Yeah.
So it just, I was really honestly surprised. I always thought because their personalities, Chris is very non-combative. He's what's the right way of putting it?
Non-confrontational.
Yeah, non-confrontational. He's like perfect for her because she seems to like run things.
Uh-huh.
I mean, she's like organizes this, gets this. We're going here, and you know, if they're going on vacation, she buys the ticket, she does all that. And Chris just kind of goes along with the flow, you know. So, and his personality is, like I said, very just hanging out. You know, I'll just go with the flow kind of guy. So they seem like, I mean, to me, like really good. So, you know, they're not like A personalities clashing.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, thoroughly surprised, thoroughly, because I really thought they were cool.
Yeah.
I mean, two little girls, and I guess she's got another baby on the way. I don't know if they boy or girl, but it's I don't know how far, I couldn't remember how far along she was, but
Yeah.
yeah.
In terms of financial problems, have you ever heard about financial problems or issues that they've been having?
No, I think they're to themselves with stuff like that. I think he does pretty good with Anadarko, and all I know is that she does some kind of Thrive,
Yeah.
something, like supplements or something. I don't know if she has any other source of income or not, but they seem like, they are okay. But I don't know, honestly, what they're.
But nothing that's, you know, been made aware to you or
No. And I think they're pretty much to themselves. They like talk to our family and stuff, not friends, about their financial situation. But no, they've never disclosed any of that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What is your sense of what's happened, just based on everything you know about the situation?
My sense, and it's kind of a hope as well as, I guess, as a gut feeling, is that she picked up and vanished on her own. And I hate speculating because.
Yeah.
And
Well, I asked you to, so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. So that's my thoughts on it. Just, you know, she's
Yeah.
just
That's your
whether.
hope or your speculation?
Well, it's both. I'm speculating and I'm hoping that she's hiding out and everybody's okay. It's just, you know, maybe she's in this position. She's seeing all this going on and maybe she's scared out of her mind now, going, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah.
And now I'm going to be in a lot of trouble with the law. I don't know. I don't know law to say if she is or isn't, but that's my hope and speculation. Yes, that's what she's. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping like hell nobody was abducted
Right.
and taken, and that's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, I got kids, so it's kind of like.
Yeah. In terms of infidelity, have you ever been made aware or even just thought that either party was being unfaithful on the other or had something going on the side?
No, not at all. I mean, if there ever was, I would throw it on Shanann, not Chris. Not just because they're both friends. I'd say Chris is more my buddy than Shanann.
Yeah.
But Chris, I would say if there ever was, it'd be Shanann. But as far as do I know, no,
Okay.
none,
All right.
not that I've been aware of or given any information.
You mentioned that she's expecting. Do you know anything about that? Did Chris tell you about it, or?
No, how I found out was my wife is still friends with her on Facebook, if you want to say, and she said, did you know after the phone call came through, she goes, did you know Shanann was expecting? And I was like, no idea. I haven't talked to Chris for like, it's been a few months. Just busy, life is, the way
Yeah.
life is, just, it's not, hell, we're right around the corner, and it's like, my oldest son lives in Loveland. I see him twice a year. So it's just life. It's just tough. But I did not know she was pregnant.
Did he mention it on Monday when you were over there?
I can't remember if he said it. We talked about it, but I can't remember if he said it or I asked. Honestly, I don't remember if he said that she's pregnant. I don't know. We talked about it, but I don't remember who said what.
So there wasn't a reaction that you recall
No,
about that?
no.
So, and you've mentioned Shanann being on Facebook quite a bit. Was Chris ever been on Facebook?
Chris at one time was, and it was kind of funny because I asked him because he was doing things that were, I hate to say it sounds sexist, but not guyish. Okay, so and I was like, I looked at it, I was like, did he really write all that shit? That's weird. So
What
I
was
asked
it?
him, well, things like, oh my God, I have the most wonderful wife in the world. She made dinner. She does this. I don't know how she keeps up with all this kind of stuff. And I'm not saying a guy can't give his wife props, but just the way it was worded, it sounded not, one, I know Chris, and it sounded more like, huh. So I asked him, I said, dude, what the heck? He goes, dude, I don't put that stuff on there. So she kind of ran his Facebook, and she was putting that stuff on there. So
is he no longer on Facebook?
yeah, he said he's not on there because I went to look it up after I heard. I went to look up his name and I couldn't find him anywhere. I went, oh, so yeah, he's not there no more.
Did you ever ask him why he's not on it, or?
No, I never did. I've kind of a couple times gone and go. I set it up a long time ago, mine for my business and because it works pretty good. People are like, oh, I didn't know you do that. They bring you work. I've kind of kept it. I've closed it down a few times, brought it back up because I like funny stuff. Sometimes there's some funny things. I'm a FSU guy, grad, so I like to keep up with my Seminoles, and so it's easier to do it through these little things that they have on there. So anyway, yeah, I don't know why he did though.
Okay.
Yeah, no idea.
You said that you hadn't talked to Chris in a few months just because of life, busyness.
Right.
When's the last time you saw Chris before Monday?
Last time I seen him was probably, it's been a while, I'd say 4 months ago, probably, if I'm thinking right, at the mailbox cluster. I think I ran into him and we kind of talked for a little bit just to catch up. He's asking about, because I started here like a year and a half ago, and he's asking about, just jobs and, how we're doing and everything. Just basic shit, same thing, it's like how the kids, how Shanann, that kind of shit. So.
What about Shanann? When did you last talk to her?
It's been a long time since I talked to Shanann. I'd say at least a year. Yeah, she's.
What about seeing her?
I think I've seen her in the neighborhood. If I remember right, they were walking once. I think they had they had the babies with them. I call them babies, but they had the kids with them, and they were walking. And they happened to come by I was out doing yard work or something, and just chatted with them for a little bit.
And when you were talking about this trial separation, is that a term that you just came up with, or something that Chris said?
I don't know if he said trial separation. He said they were separated and they were doing it. I don't know if he said trial or he said just see how they would be apart. That may have been my terms. I've heard that term before somewhere, so that may have been my terms.
And you live in the same neighborhood. Had they mentioned anything about their house moving, selling, anything like that?
No, not nothing. No signs, nothing about moving, nothing like that. No. I mean, we've kind of. It's kind of funny. I just bought some land down in Florida, and last time I talked to Shanann, she was like, "Oh my God, you did?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "I'd move back to Florida. That's the only place back east. They don't want to go back to North Carolina for whatever, whatever. I like Florida, whatever, people have their thing. But I bought some land down there, and so she said, if I ever move it. So that's the only thing about moving that was ever discussed. was that, but it's not like they were going to do it. She just was kind of like, really, where
Yeah.
did you buy it? And that's then questioning, where it is and all that stuff.
And then I think this is all I have, but you had mentioned that you met them. Did they both work at Longmont Ford?
Yes, he's a mechanic, or was a mechanic, and she was in sales. I can't remember who was there first. I don't think they came at the same time. And it was Chris. Chris got headhunted as a mechanic out there in North Carolina, and they brought him here to work at Ford. And then I think, if I remember, I don't know the time span, but somehow Shanann came in and started doing sales. And this is before they had any kids, too. So it was just the two of them. And then, whatever the reasons, they both split. They didn't want to be there anymore. And Chris got a better job at the Anadarko. And again, what she does, I don't know. Other than that, Thrive.
Okay. Is there anyone that you think that you should tell us that we need to go talk to about this?
Let me think.
We got Jeremy on the list.
You got Jeremy, okay, Jerry Lindstrom. The only other people I maybe have or haven't, I don't know their names, and I'm sorry, but they were when we moved into our house before, and Chris helped us move in. And then when their house was built, I returned the favor, and they were living with some folks in Anthem. I can't remember their names. I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember. And Chris would probably tell me who they. You know what? I don't have my phone. I'm not allowed to have my phone on me. But they lived in their basement for quite a while, probably a year, I guess. And I think they were pretty attached to those guys. But I think they now live in Parker. I think they moved from there, and they moved to Parker or something. They may. They must have been pretty good friends to move in with them and live in their basement for a year. Yeah. Obviously, I'm sure you probably talked to whoever that Nicole. I don't even know who Nicole is. I've never met her. Other than that, no, that's the only people I would know that would maybe know something.
On the topic of Jeremy, would you mind getting his phone number?
Yeah,
Just in case.
I'll have to walk you back, or
We can stay here if.
Oh no, I can. Is it the number you call me your cell?
Yeah.
I can text you Jeremy's
Okay,
number.
that would be
so
good,
you
just
know.
in case we need to contact him for
Okay,
a reason.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's not a problem.
Cool.
When I get back, I'll do it right away, so I don't
Cool.
forget.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that might be important for us? Like I said, we're just trying to, cross every base and talk to everybody that might have knowledge, and
Yeah.
that's what's led us here today.
Well, I don't really have anything else. If I do, I got your number, and
Perfect.
and I got your card, and I'll be for sure to get a hold of you if I hear anything or see anything or what have you. What was the I can't remember what was not the charge, but what was they said on the news? What they're saying it's.
We try to avoid the news, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm sure. I totally get that. But they had it was not the charge, but what they were saying what was going on.
Like endangered missing person?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Endangered missing person. I was like, that's a new one. What
Yeah.
does that mean? Because
Children are missing.
Yeah, children are missing, they need medication, that sort of thing.
oh, okay.
So it qualifies for that.
Okay. Any leads at all? Anything going on?
A lot of people we're talking to.
Okay.
So-
And I know you can't disclose it to me, but
Yeah.
I'm just concerned. I mean, mainly for the little girls. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you-
they're babies.
Do you have any concerns that Chris could be involved?
I really don't. I mean, you're not the first person who's said that, because when you talk about this.
Well, that's where everybody goes. I mean, that's, the people closest to home.
Right. As far as I feel in my heart, I know Chris pretty well. Like I said, he's the lowest key guy I think I've ever met in my life. Go with the flow kind of guy, non-confrontational. But it's you see things almost daily now. There's all of a sudden people say that, and you're like, oh yeah, and you're like, oh, okay. So I mean, I understand nothing can be ruled out. But as far as Chris, in my heart, no, I don't think he had anything to do with anything. That's my.
Cool. Well, we appreciate your time, and like I said, if you wouldn't mind texting me that number, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks for taking the time out of your day.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, my supervisors are cool.
You like working here?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you work for yourself forever, everything is you're chasing checks and
Yeah.
Now I'll have a military retirement. I'll have this retirement. And I'll go back to Florida and I'll be a beach bum.
Where is your property at, Florida?
Pensacola area?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So a little east, north of Pensacola, a couple acres up there. It's like 20 minutes from the beach, but it's away from everybody if I don't want to be by anybody.
It was just in Orange Beach.
Oh, Alabama?
Uh-huh.
I love it there.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty. Yeah, the white
For
sand
work,
beach.
so I didn't really get to.
Yeah, down there, the white sand beach is the water, turquoise water. It's just,
Yeah.
and people are so friendly.
There's
And
some
it's
sport
cheap.
fishing too. down there.
It's really, and it's cheap living. There's
Yeah.
no retirement tax, inheritance tax, state tax.
That's why
Property
everybody
taxes,
goes there.
property taxes, exactly. Property tax is a little bit higher, but it's
Yeah.
really, all the other things wash it out and then some. So,
Well,
yeah.
enjoy.
So,
It's a few years, but yeah, but I got the first step done with that.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Take care. Thank you.
Even my daughter was in homeroom.
All right, here's the most-
Thank you.